Hey everyone, I'm 59, first sojourner as a 59-year-old. I am healing from my nose, that's a big deal. And I'm talking to you because I watched Colbert last night. I'm not a huge fan of his. We won't get into why. I think I'm a fan of him. I just don't like the show. It's been funny lately, but that's not the point. The point is that he had Kamala Harris on last night, and she was hawking her book, but she made a couple of really good points. And one is that the government's broken and the people have the power. None of these things are new, but the combination really made me think about corporate media. I think maybe I was watching it on Colbert because I decided that by the time that show goes off the air, I want for Americans to have made a major inroad on taking power away from corporate media. We're talking about the people who've just decided that we can talk about what's going on in Gaza. We can, what the Israel Defense Army's done. You know, you think about that when all of these people are being prosecuted for protesting it, and there was never any kind of clarity on what's going on because the New York Times wouldn't really talk about it directly. CNN wouldn't really talk about it directly, about the heinousness of what's happening because of the Israel army. And people don't want to be called anti-Semitic, but that's a Trojan horse. You know, none of the people, look up Project Esther. None of the people involved in this so-called anti-Semitism movement in the Trump government are Jewish. It's a bunch of white people, white Christians, and manipulators of white Christians. My point is that the corporate media cannot be trusted. I'll give you another example, Comcast. Comcast with NBC and The Apprentice. The Apprentice, the producers went in there. It's Mark Burnett's people, the reality show powerhouse. They went in there to shoot the show, the actual Trump Towers, and it was so ratty that they couldn't do it. The whole thing's ratty, but they created this illusion that's gotten us to this place. You know, there was a time when they played ball, the Frankenstein experience got out of control, is what I mean to say. You know, the New York Times wouldn't say Trump lied. They waited longer in that process than everyone has in the Gaza process. So I want you to turn back to your people. Like, if you're watching me, this isn't just about me, because Lord knows I have so many subscribers. This isn't about me. This is about spending time with the person whose Patreon you love the most. I don't care if you're doing Apple stuff and Google stuff, but just take the centrality away, the power, the all control. James Carville himself said it. He said, American opinions are created by corporate media. And that's something he can say now, but it's been the case for 30, 40, 60, 80 years, I don't know. But we have this opportunity to grab back and disempower them until they do a better job. You know, they haven't been serving us, and we should make them pay.